How's everyone doing tonight? Let's see. Quite a bit brighter out than it was yesterday when we started. Amazing how much an hour can make a difference. Okay. So, I think we're playing Phoenix Wright tonight. Well, start it, and if I'm not feeling it, we'll change. It's been kind of an annoying day. Let's see. Huh. That's so weird. There we go. Didn't... The switch wasn't connecting to the TV. So I pulled it out of the dock and put it back in, and it worked. But my computer did this same thing yesterday, so... and then, for some reason... There we go. Yeah, I'm aware about the audio. For some reason it just doesn't like to do the audio right away. I have to actually like go in and set it up. The monkey is called Money? Yes. Well, the rich ape just stole my attorney's badge. Mind if I get it back? I'll see what I can do. Even I have money problems. Eh? Whenever Money sees something shiny, he takes it back home. That's pretty funny. Well, I guess I'll just have to find out where Money disappeared to. I think that's your best bet. You should probably ask Uncle Mo. He might know. Huh? You don't know? Well, Money isn't exactly someone I am on friendly terms with. What? He's not really the kind of animal I work with, even if he does need taming. Oh, I see. Go to Mo's. I guess it is time I revisit that kooky clown. Do you mind telling us a bit about Ben? Ben? You mean that guy that is always hanging around with Trilo? What do you mean around? Well, he was there when Trillo told me that he was in love with me. Trillo told you he was in love with you? Yes, he did. Kinda cute, don't you think? He's so smart, and he's such a wonderful singer. I love him. Oh no, she's stupid. Oi, they could be very distinct people for all we know. But what about Ben? What about him? He's got nothing to do with me loving Trillo. Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of the circus. Regina, you were proposed to, weren't you? Proposed to? Nope, that won't be for a while. Huh? Really? That's strange, isn't it, Nick? Yeah, Max and Trillo both say otherwise. They said they asked for her hand in marriage. Ah, but Max only talked to the ringmaster about it. I forgot about that. He asked the ringmaster for her hand, and not Regina directly. So I guess Trillo hasn't asked her directly yet. What? He's going to propose to me? I'm so confused. What, how about you, Maya? Huh? What? Who do you think I should go for? Max or Trillo? Wait, you do realize that Trillo is a puppet? Huh? I don't care if he's a bit stiff. Oh boy. Huh? Detective Gumshoe took off already. Yeah, probably because we ditched him earlier. I bet he and the other cops got lonely and headed back to the precinct. Oh my, if this isn't Mr. Right all the time. Ugh. It's alright to be wrong every now and again, right? See, Nick? It just took a while for the joke to find its audience. So, what can I do for you? Do you remember a good joke you wanted to, did you remember a good joke you wanted to tell me? Pull up a chair, or maybe you pull my finger, and let me have it. We're going to get the same sound effect either way, aren't we? How'd you know I put a whoopee cushion on the chair? You really know what it takes to be a clown, don't you? Oh god, the laugh. Have you ever heard of a monkey named Money? Just give him the Mars Attack laugh. I don't know the Mars Attack laugh. I've never watched that movie. Ah, yes, Money. He stole my Ace Attorney's badge. So you're just unfortunate then. All I know is that the aliens go ack 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 ack. Ah. Well, Money does love shiny objects. It makes sense that he'd swipe your badge. But under no circumstances can you chase after him. Eh? What's that? Oh, I know. You don't want to get involved in any monkey business, right? Exactly! Bravo, bravo! I'm joking around, though. Money isn't considered a member of Regina's family. Then, who does he belong to? I'll be happy to take you to where his owners stay. You mean, right now? Of course. Shall we go? Should we go with him now or wait a while? Let's go, Mo. Oh, geez, that's a lot of shinies. December 28th, lodging house, 3rd floor, Acro's room. This is it. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? I can't breathe. Don't be such a wimp. You only had to climb 2 flights of stairs. Anyways, this place is Acro's room. Acro? He's an acrobat. Seems like he's not around today. That's a big pile of junk over in the corner. I don't think it'd be wrong to assume that Phoenix's stuff is over there too. Just be careful to make sure you've got the right stuff. Thanks, Mel. We'll see you later. Holy cow! There's a fork and a mirror. Everything's shiny. There's even a really cheap-looking knockoff wristwatch. Look at this. It's a trophy, and it's really heavy. Nick, I found it. Your badge. It's right here. East Attorney's badge returned to the rightful spot on lapel. Thanks. You really saved me. Huh? What's the matter? Did you find something? Yeah, check this out. It's a ring. There's something engraved on it. From T to R. Cheap ring with an eerie sparkle. From T to R is engraved on it. Well, I think it's about time we wrap up our investigation. Do you think we'll win in court tomorrow? Who knows? Even I can't imagine what kind of testimony will come out tomorrow. I'm guessing Mo will be a witness in court tomorrow. Mo and maybe the puppet. Don't worry, Nick. No matter what, we still got a magician on our side. That's good, because we might need some magic tomorrow. Phoenix, you bike everywhere. What's wrong with you? He busses everywhere. Unless it's canonically been proven that he bikes everywhere. Manga? Okay. Let's get this controller out of my way. There we go. December 29th. Okay. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max?
Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the courtroom will be on your side.
Max, really? No one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes?
I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. And now the case of... What?
Your Honor, get on with it.
Oh, sorry. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So... Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica?
Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name.
You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly.
I wonder if that is to our advantage.
Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please.
I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge his legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me?
She must still be upset about what happened last time.
You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I will show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are.
Me? Guilty?
What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There. Opening statement complete. Now, let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time.
Very well. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Do you want me to channel him for you? Jeez.
Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there, now! Sorry to keep you from your work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Don't mention it. It's been no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir.
All right, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony.
The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the Big Top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. Cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck.
Ugh. I see. He was beaten to death.
Here is the autopsy report for the victim.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Off switch.
A blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me ask you about the snow.
It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime.
Did it pile up?
It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about maybe about an inch and a half was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day.
Snow. Let me see. There's gonna be more to this.
What's the matter, Nick?
I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean?
Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Max Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the tiger was there as well.
Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey?
When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch.
Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to?
Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room, tired from work. Ben, the ventriloquist, went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately.
Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you?
It seems they were negotiating Max's salary.
Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m.
Okay. Not a problem, pal. We got a witness that told us the whole thing.
This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright. We'll have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? A wooden box?
That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the
box?
It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor.
What do you mean?
Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked.
Locked, you say? This may be my only chance. I might as well ask some questions. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box?
Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox.
What's in the box?
So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle.
Bottle? What is that, Detective?
Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle.
What's inside the bottle?
It's filled with pepper.
Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There's only one little bottle in that huge box.
I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning.
According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you?
The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with.
You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene.
No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Haha.
Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case.
You mean all we're gonna get out of him is a little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. Eh? I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy.
Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness.
I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand.
She must be talking about Ben, the ventriloquist. He literally introduced himself with his full name, Phoenix.
I wonder if Trillo will show up to the stand as well.
Yep, there he is.
Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Triloquist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor.
Excuse me. The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Ahem. Me. The world of law, exciting or daring, guilt or innocence. Decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm.
It's just the lyrics. They leave something desired, so to speak. Trillo, you know better than to insult a judge.
Shut up. Just look at your nose. Who do you think you'd have you think you would have the sense to fix it? It's ugly. I want to punch you in the face. It's so ugly. I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy seeing everything that flashes into their minds.
What's going on here? Order. I demand to know who the witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this.
I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried.
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. No, let's proceed.
Quick, arrest him in that puppet. Max was technically doing it right by asking the dad first.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with this clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer?
Then the police showed up and took the magic boy away. Okay. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene? Are you sure of that? Yeah, without a doubt. He had his on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown? That's right, Tris boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why is that? Here's absolute proof. A silk hat. This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Ah. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. Thank you for stating the obvious. Now, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. The clown. You're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. That will happen. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Geez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilla? That's right. That makes him the killer. There's only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense, and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss with this? then only saw Max. That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose the witness could have seen? Oh, I don't know. The victim? That's the victim. That's correct. If Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Aha! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? Meh. I see. It seems that at this stage, I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trello wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick? Wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. Okay. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose it would have been around... Hey, what time was it? Huh? I think it was around... I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand around it in that weather. Well, the truth is... Well, you shut your big nose... shut up, you big nose dope. Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you just believe that we were standing outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix, right? Well, you can do, we can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something. Mr. Wright. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for in the cold of that night? Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. What? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he is right. Eh? Alright. There's obviously a reason why the witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, Even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. That makes perfect sense.
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone other than Max heading... There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina. Bane! Don't volunteer things.
Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time. And I mean the whole truth. Were you, or were you not, waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was? I was waiting to propose to her.
You were, what? Waiting to propose?
What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
That the matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we'll have to waste time getting to the bottom of this silly proposal by a puppet.
Let me get some more cold water. I'm having problems staying awake.
Don't be so surprised. I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. Pocket.
You were going to propose. You, a puppet.
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. Judge.
Exactly.
His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination.
What was that with that sigh at the end?
About the proposal. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina?
Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben?
Yeah.
Got it? That's true.
I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I had. Whoops. I keep accidentally, like, pressing the shoulder there. What was it exactly you planned on giving her? You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad, or push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. First, then the puppet. Ow! I would advise you cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony, specifically about the engagement ring? I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. No, I accidentally found the thing that I needed. Present. Oops. You don't have it in your pocket, I have it right here. Trilla, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine. Give it back, thief, thief. Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? What is going on here? That's... Man, say something. Yeah, don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean the room they put money in? Like a bank vault? That filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoid slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilla, when was this ring stolen from me? Well, I suppose it was that time. You know, that night. On the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Ooh, poor man.
Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder.
It's up for you to decide what it has to do with that. Now, Trilla, back to the topic at hand.
I haven't admitted a thing, not I, Mr. Triloquist.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilla?
You know what exactly I did? Or you know exactly what I did? I chased after the monkey, that ring, snatching money.
But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you?
It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point.
Prove an important point? What could that possibly be?
There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours?
I'm saying there's no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene.
Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist?
Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene.
However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive.
The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. The witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw the worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night.
I've told you so many times. You'd think you'd know my story's not changing.
You've already changed your story, Stick Boy. I'm sure it will change some more.
Where there's one light, there's usually many more behind it.
Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him.
Yeah. I'll give you that I was waiting for that night for Regina, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting for there for about 5 minutes. He said I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could make someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means Money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see. I'd say about...
I suppose 5 minutes, I think.
So, the victim could have arrived on scene in that 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night? That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up.
You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R. Counting Ben's, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me?
4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose.
Yikes! The judge is even more dangerous to our case of Trilla. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night? Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. I guess it makes sense, especially if he was waiting for Regina.
About what time would you say these events took place?
You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure that out yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. You already know that I went out to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need a brain surgeon around to know what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed. What time was it?
It was 10:10 p.m.
Oh, yes, that sounds about right.
It sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene.
So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night.
I must enjoy asking these incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. Oh, Ben, you got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trilla. You say good evening at night.
Ah, I'm sorry, Trilla. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act out of the... I would prefer it if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible. A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better.
There's something wrong with this bit of testimony.
Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? Strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange?
Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers?
Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand.
Ow, that hurt.
Maybe you should think of having some proof before you start your lips flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school.
There's no reason that Trilla would ever say something nice to Max, but how do I go about proving that with evidence?
Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one.
I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony.
Trilla, is it not true you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder?
A fight?
A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most. A disagreement doesn't usually end with someone getting clonked over the head.
That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch.
Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first.
The truth is that on that day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival.
Are you saying the witness is lying? That he's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the scene, at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night?
It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that?
The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all.
What?
If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trilla made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or, good evening, as he put it.
What in the world? You?
Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trillo saw that evening, then? You guys are gonna lose your mind over this one. Considering the ill temper of this witness, there's only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute.
No, Your Honor. It is not Regina.
If it was Regina, Trilla would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah. I suppose you've got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not?
You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct?
Answer the question, Mr. Quist.
Order. Order. How do you respond to this?
Well, wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Max Galactica.
I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
Yo, how's it going? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw last night.
Oh man, I'm tired.
The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols.
3 symbols? Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You gotta remember him by now. Come on. Yeah, here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Ow!
Yes, we know. Silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
A silk hat and a cloak, anyone could wear them. They didn't even look good on me.
What was that?
Well, the witness had endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry.
What?
Miss Von Karma, do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant?
Well,
If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes, I think we finally won a point in this one.
That is very unfortunate.
Huh?
You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right?
What do you mean by that?
You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your efforts, but who that person is can only be answered by the next witness.
Huh?
Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there's no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime.
Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare the next witness. Court is now in recess. December 29th, 11:54. Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene.
So then, where were you when the murder took place?
We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the Ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the Ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me not to wait in the room. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back.
That's when the Ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right?
That's what it seems like.
But the Ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right?
Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the Ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took off the costume.
Which means...
It means the Ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility.
Well done, Nick.
However, sweetie, why would the Ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a little bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double,
Why, Max? I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something.
Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up, magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision.
That's really cool.
Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. No. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Ms. Von Carlo, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown?
His name just registered. His name's Mo. On stage. He's Lawrence Curls. Larry, Mo, and Curly. And someone called him a stooge.
The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. In West Cloudadelphia, born and raised. Name and occupation.
Will the witness please inform the court why he's speaking autobiographical gibberish?
I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. Never been in a courtroom in my life. Wasn't quite sure what joke was best suited for this sort of occasion.
What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court.
Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Bob, do I have to wear pants? The sign is, the sign only says shirt. No shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, how about this? Have you seen my have you met my proctologist, Mr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? But a couple of clowns, they were up to no good.
Larry laughs in the distance.
He would. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 the day of the murder. Correct? Yep. Yes, it is.
Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening?
A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walk into this plaza.
Without the humor, please.
Okay. Oh, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in the court. I know, I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes for you just today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try and make everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? Aren't we the ones who are supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later.
Thank you, thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Actually, Gumshoe would probably like it.
At least he would be away from her whips.
Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. As long as I'll talk for as long as you want. What you witnessed. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. Thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If the eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now.
Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized.
However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter? Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him.
That must be because of my insincere smile.
Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that.
Mr. Wright.
Your Honor?
I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you're not going to engage in pointless saber rattling.
I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible.
Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Well, we're about to get our 30 lashings. Night of the murder. You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See? That's a thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That'll make it a great joke. Let's not make it 8 p.m. Alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take a clown out of the don't take the clown out of the clowning around. Come on, Nick. Let's just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? You are so boring. You were pooped that night? Yes, I was very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. It happened after what happened after that, as they say, happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. I've got a good reply, though. That joke was was so funny it just earned you a penalty. Fuck you, Judge. Well, guess I'll save just in case Mo does it again. Just in case he does it some Mo. You just happened to glance out of the window? You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on the issue. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday... Once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Owie, ow, ow. That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah. What she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Girls, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in our favor. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say... Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Oh, how'd you know I was gonna make a joke? I guess that sounded like, I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit, huh? What then? You went and looked out the window and you saw? Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they're about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away. That's right. I'd been thinking about it over and over ever since that night. But things don't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Ms. Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols. Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school to be one anymore? Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together, say it with Uncle Mo. Tough crowd. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. Must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza! Enough foolishness. Get back on track. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw? You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I mean. You did see everything, didn't you? Well, Yeah, I suppose I did. No, wait, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Oh, God. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So what will it be, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime?
I've got a great reason to make my claim.
And I suppose you'll be telling us all the great reason?
Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of this? Of that, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Mo said he heard a thump. Said he heard a sound of a thump of someone getting hit.
He did say that.
However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept waiting and I kept watching them. All of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed, when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way he could have seen Max clonk anywhere. In 1972, a crack clown unit. I think that was 18.
Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment?
They didn't commit the clowns promptly. They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car.
Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court?
No. I'm stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth.
You're back from your jog?
Well, it pretty much happened the way I said.
Pretty much.
When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement.
Fun karma? Tampering with witnesses again. So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster?
Yes. When I looked out my window, ringmaster had already checked out.
Checked out?
Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say.
Oh. Mr. Curls.
Your Honor?
You did not witness the actual crime. However, you say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over, and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Very well. Then please testify this silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it?
Got it. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt about it. No doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying.
It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes?
It is a decisive testimony. Alright, I need a quick break. My nose is starting to itch again. So I'll be right back. A solid mahogany desk. Mahogany. Damn it. Oh, she's immune. Haha. Ha 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 ha.
What was the ship that put to sea the day, but the ship
Was a Billy at tea, the winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, blow me bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tongue is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow.
Soon may the woman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
One day when the tongue is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Okay.
I can make his prediction wrong if I just put the game down for 15 seconds. I think we've already eaten that time. Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Yeah, we're doing that. We're gonna make it the most obnoxious sign. Postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. Objection! Heresy! No! I almost became a necro pancake.
Burning for me, Mother, I'm here.
Did they just turn on him? The guy who was shooting me? Something horrible happened. Wow. Calm down there, lady.
At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell.
I hope it's only 5 and not 30.
Whipping winds!
Oh, that was a breeze.
It's a pun. So tell me why. Tell me why.
Know how many times kid nearly fell off a barge back there? 4 times.
Thanks, Ruck. Thanks for counting how many times I fell off the barge there.
Why go to Prosper Bluff?
So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? My voice is going out, Your Honor. Yes. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood.
Sorry, I'm leaving now.
So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No!
Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now.
Gaudy CEO eaten by a gargantuan crab that emerged from the sea. Oh no. Oh, fucking A. Foundation. Okay. He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. All right. Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. The silhouette. Don't you think that you're going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? The shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performer's life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. It doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over things again then. What makes you so sure you saw Max that night? Trillo said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself, but just looking at the shape of the face, I saw it must have been Max. You're sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap.
You're sure that is what you saw last night? Exactly what I said is... exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. You got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? But that's not all I saw. His face was silhouetted, but it was no okay. You're able to see that kind of detail from your window?
There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight would have been able to see that much.
Out of curiosity, Mel, what's your eyesight like? I could see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right.
Our records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20.
That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, and not what it actually was. So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding. That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. Must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they didn't have... Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure.
They claimed it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report.
With Trillo's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer.
Nick, you've got to find a contradiction in this.
That's not gonna be enough.
What?
I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it.
You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols?
I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right?
Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols.
3 symbols?
Yay! Everyone get ready! All together now!
Silk hat, cloak, white roses.
What the? Who cares if he knew that, Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? What he saw and what the symbol, he saw what he saw and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo?
Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.141596.
Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth. No fractions.
Order. Order.
Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you?
To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw.
The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail.
But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them.
Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim.
If that's the case, then the police would have found them near the scene of the crime. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He's just toying with this court.
I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony?
There's no way I can mistake anyone. There's no way I can mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
How do you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup?
Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols.
However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap up this case now.
Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, this witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I'm prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling?
Nick, this is your last chance.
There's no doubt in my mind there was no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially this silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you're going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw at that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found?
Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. Do you see the problem, Francisca? The crime scene? That means... Yep. The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the crime was clearly testified to the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
Order! 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 Mr. Girls. Yes, Your Honor? What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court.
Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh.
What's not right here is your eyesight, your memory, and your memory, amongst other things.
Well, why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? No. And no matter how old I get, I'll always be younger than you.
We made a clown cry. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid.
It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene?
What's the matter, Nick?
There's something I've been mulling over for a while now.
Mo?
What do you want?
You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the crime scene? The answer is obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You're sure that's how it happened? Say what? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays do sure love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene? Yeah. There's one set of footprints. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Hey. So, well, how exactly did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling that things are gonna get worse before they get better.
Yep. Mr. Lawrence Curls.
Yes?
The testimony you've provided up until now has been false. It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused over the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order. I will have order. Francisca Von Karma, how could you?
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
He's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you saw, Mr. Curls.
You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down, and my ex was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he. This is the truth. Now get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and he flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was, how do you put this into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of crime by flight, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why don't you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story?
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
What he just said, was so strange. I don't think he would have made it up.
Which means that he is telling the truth.
That's what I think. Nick, wait. That means that Max actually used magic.
Yikes, you're right.
Ow. Only a foolish fool who could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. Oh, Francisca. Apparently you don't believe in magic. In a young girl's heart.
I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I can't just wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
So the crane channeling technique can be proved by science. Got it. Exactly. You imbecile!
If you disregard the need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned.
Yay!
Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on?
That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you?
I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly wherever I please, it's not that easy.
But it looks so effortless for you on stage. My wires. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. Oh, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal a secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do is now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great, let's do our best and catch this sucker. Only thing left to do. Take him out back. That's our client you're talking about. We should never doubt our client. You win some, you lose some. Some days, you bada bing. Some days, you bada boom. And some days, you about to put your head through a goddamn wall. Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep. Magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pearls did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looks like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. You mean that one? Huh? 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 It's hard when you don't know which way the camera is relative to your hands. There goes your gaming abilities. All gone. It's fine. We're good. First, she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? Wow, how'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. Max is in very big trouble. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing. All right, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes. Wait. Quit your whining. Just give this a shot already. All right, let's go. Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, Trillo. This just isn't going to work.
Do you enjoy saying dumb things, or you're going to have to be on your own someday? If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you going to do then?
Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trilla.
What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course?
I'm sorry.
Secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, Trilla wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So, we were trying to sing it around for our new ventriloquism act.
In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible.
See? Even they are surprised by the idea I told you. They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Well, once we've got a grip on the basics, it's just a matter of practice.
You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you.
Ah, there it is. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina.
I know that you already testified in court today.
You want to talk about what we saw, right?
Yes.
Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben?
Huh? Oh yeah, that's right.
But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention he was draped by those gaudy symbols.
What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols?
What do you think, Ben?
What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster.
Something here isn't adding up. I wonder who they really saw.
I was hoping I could ask you about Regina.
I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now.
Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent?
Ha! You don't have a clue about things, do you, sweetheart?
Yeah?
Waiting like this is part of being in love.
How so?
If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts.
Yeah, I knew that.
Poor Maya, she's so red she looks like a fine ripe tomato. Oh man. This poor girl.
So how is this new routine working out?
Will you two just take a chill pill already? Our routines are a secret. We're going to take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution.
That sounds incredible.
But let me make one thing clear. We're not going to take on the world just Because that jerk said we should. That jerk? Max Galactica? Performers should aim for the world. Who does he think he is?
Trillo, you really seem to be fired up about all this.
He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage.
You're right.
Mark my words, I, Trilloquist, will win the Grand Prix.
You're on a roll. You're the man now, doll.
Row, row, row your boat. It will be the key to a glorious victory. Not to rain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best? Hey, you've got to start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You gotta be a part of this too. That man has issues.
Huh? Where's Regina?
I don't know. What if she's with that tiger? I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here.
Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you?
No. I'm just, allergic to wild tigers.
Max and the Ringmaster had their talk in this room.
I could have been when the Ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside.
Why'd he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? They still haven't cleaned this place up yet. If Pearly got one look at the state of this place, she'd slap whoever was in charge across the face.
Remind me to never invite her to my office.
Oh, it's you two.
You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest?
I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something.
I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes.
I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much?
Francisca really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself.
No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way.
All right.
Why are you defending her?
Prosecutor Von Karma has always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up.
Looks like she's wound him pretty tight.
She's directly above us as we speak.
Huh? How's that possible?
According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal.
Oh, I see. Who lives in that room behind the window up there?
The acrobat's got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Von Karma's going to start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room. Got it, pal?
Franziska von Karma.
Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Mo's not here.
If he was here, you'd have been able to tell even before you stepped into his room. I'm pretty sure you would have heard him laughing anyway. Laughing away.
What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself?
I always thought he was, I always thought he was just thinking of new jokes.
Huh. He must really love his work. Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by. And since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special.
Really? What kind of TV special?
Maximilian Galactica, the Great Prison Escape. It'll be aired live.
Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special.
But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking. But the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. I would be in a, it would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is not just something I can do at will. I don't care what the Stoogie Clown says, it wasn't me.
Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying?
You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think.
I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask of you.
Anything for you, sweetie?
Be friends with the other performers in the circus.
Fabulous! A great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them?
But
I've won the world stage. Won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at the circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something I can simply not tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. Oh my sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me. I'm really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I can tell it again. Voila! Here, take a look at this. I just happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. This is the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and die a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim. Wow. Yeah. By the way, I think everyone who's a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya. My sweeties, you can have a picture. You can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail? Would you mind taking a look at this? It's... I guess we won't need you to look at this after all. Right. Welcome to the wonderful world, the fabulous, the cafeteria. Yikes, he's in an awfully good mood. Alright, you know what time it is, real time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this. It's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction? Wrong. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girlie? I got it. Okay, what's your answer? Because they are in the cafeteria. Exactly. It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. I did it. What's going on? He's being too nice.
Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it?
You're telling me I didn't think it was gonna be so tough.
Tough?
Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning that I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing.
You even used the famed no shirt, no shoes, no shirt, no service joke.
Exactly. How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that? I witnessed.
Are you 100% sure about your testimony today?
I saw what I saw. I swear. That creep just
Flew through the air?
wasn't exactly flying per se. It was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a Cyclops. He must be telling the truth. Ah, not this picture. He showed it to you guys too.
Huh? You've seen it as well?
Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. Oh yeah. He didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? He showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to his greatness. He's got a big bust. I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. Max's bust should be on that small table over there. There's nothing over there. Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago. All of a sudden, the bust disappeared.
It disappeared?
Yeah, if you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. Max had just put the picture up.
Hey, that thing is really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me.
Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it.
Aww.
Okay. Is there anything else that changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this or if he's setting up a bad joke. Nope. I'm drawing a blank here. A quiet mo is a good mo in my book.
I guess there really aren't any other things that have changed, huh?
Well, there's this one teensy tiny thing that does seem different. Tell us. Well, on the morning of the crime over on that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted in front and center. Piece of paper? It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I could see its title.
Yikes! It says to the murderer.
Murderer?
Yep.
Yep, that's what it says, but the rest have been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? The morning before the murder.
Before the murder?
Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? Note added to the court record.
Nick, I think we'd better follow up on this important lead.
Murder? Murderer. Oh, Tisiphone would have a field day with this game.
Would you mind taking a look at this?
We broke Ben. And again. Fabulous. You'd like me to sign this for you.
Do you know anything about this note?
The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat.
Your heart skipped a beat?
While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company, it was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read that note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat.
Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing?
Let's see... Uh-huh. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Gimme.
Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved into the pocket of the tailcoat.
You know, I've got a feeling I know what that is.
I bet it's the other half of the note Mo gave us. Then let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it. It fits perfectly with the other piece.
What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer, I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza.
Tonight? At 10 p.m.?
That's when the murder took place.
Now we need to find out who called the ringmaster.
Note updated in the court record.
What? Mo's gone.
There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love, Mom.
Hamburger. Just thinking about it is making me hungry. All of a sudden I need a burger bad.
All of a sudden, I need a new partner. Bad.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe. I'm sure you did a good job as usual.
Well, I am done with the investigation of the acrobat. Finally. But with Miss Von Karma... Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Nick, what is that? That beeping sound?
It's Miss Von Karma.
Huh?
Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind.
Some sort of pager or something?
If you don't mind, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here quick. See you, pal.
I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot.
Never seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens.
Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. The wind is biting us. Ow! It's biting us lashes from a whip.
Von Karma.
She really did appear.
It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix, right?
You have to jump out and scare us like that. What can I do for you?
Tomorrow will be the day. The day my dream finally comes true.
You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making national news?
National news? You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix, right? Your miserable plight will be known internationally.
I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win by just a smidge. Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands on something big, huh?
I'm amazed you picked up on that much.
Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head.
I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints?
A conclusive witness? You mean the acrobat, right?
I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. The final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Yeah. I get it already. You want to beat and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find more information myself.
Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of wit. Now, when did I ever bring my papa's name into this, or any other conversation?
Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about?
You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix, right? I have to see him again, one more time.
Him?
I'm sure you know whom I refer. I'm sure you know to whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth. What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth?
Miles? Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? Why would you even bring him up?
You haven't forgotten, have you?
Phoenix, please.
Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma. Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Huh? Little brother? But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age.
Edgeworth. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. Finding counts. But a little after that case was over, he vanished.
It's your fault he's gone. Huh?
It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I...
Nick, what does she mean?
Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case. And then with the case, after that one, he never set foot into court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office.
Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death.
That was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home.
Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive. I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable name of Von Karma. I'm going to find him. And then, I'm going to teach him his rightful place with my own two hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth.
Maya, I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name, okay? In front of me again, okay?
Nick?
Miss Von Karma?
What?
I don't know if you are God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had about enough of you. Him too.
Well, what in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you two of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Nick?
Let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor.
I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick.
I hadn't thought this far ahead. I don't know what voice to give Acro. The voice a bird would like to listen to. A voice a bird would not sell its owner for a corn chip. You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. Kindling? Kindling? But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro.
Mr. Acro.
How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here.
Acro, you're a member of the circus as well?
That's right. I mainly perform on the tightrope or the flying trapeze. But nowadays, all I perform in is my wheelchair. Acro, why did you join the circus? Depends on the context in which it's used, but yeah, generally avoid using that word. There you go. When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then, one night, they decided to run away from it all, without me. The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such an incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver.
It seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint.
He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now it looks like someone repaid him for all the good in his life. And now look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina.
Regina's so cute. She's truly a princess.
Truly a princess? Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a bit of a grudge against Regina? Wheelchair.
Sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair?
The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't leave this building by myself.
That's awful.
The accident happened during an acrobatics session, right? Cyclops. Doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. Six months ago. What in the world went on at the circus then? I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? What about the murderer? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced it was all a dream.
Huh?
I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Geez, that sounds really ominous. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window.
I see. The scene of the crime was right below your window.
That's when I looked out the window.
What did you see?
He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica.
What?
That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive it was Max you saw flying? I'm absolutely sure, there's no doubt in my mind.
Nick.
What's this? That's what we want to know.
It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder.
In the cafeteria? What happened? He suddenly looks incredibly serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source.
Her?
Regina, ask her about it. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, Nick.
Wonderful. Today's special must be filet o phoenix.
Stay, heal. Stay, heal. Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry, I guess I made a mistake.
Mistake?
Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite the man. He was. I loved my dad so much.
I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that heartbroken about her father.
That's why I feel so lonely. Now I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. A star? That means my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone.
When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That's kind of sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that.
What do you mean there's no way I believe that? Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course. You really think so?
Yeah, you will. I think.
I've got a feeling that everyone's doing great up there in the sky.
I wonder if everything's alright with Regina.
Just to go back and clear something up, why'd you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you? It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by a spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney.
Huh?
If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me.
Gladly, but of course, I'll get it for you.
Leave it all up to us.
Guess there's no turning down that request.
Hey, you're really gonna do it?
Regina, have you ever seen this before?
I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while.
It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket?
I guess I noticed it was there around breakfast time.
Breakfast time?
Yeah, I always take Acra his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I'd go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realized the piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured that it belonged in someone else's pocket.
Then what?
I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did. I stuck it up there. How'd you know?
So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen?
Morning of the murder, I think?
That explains a lot.
I wonder who wrote this.
Note updated in the court record.
Ew, it's a huge pile of trash.
One man's trash is another monkey's treasure.
I guess you're right. Look, they're all shiny things.
He's even got a motorcycle exhaust. Monkey. How did you get the exhaust off of the motorcycle?
What did they call this thing? Oh, tuba, right? Of course it's a tuba, silly. You didn't know that?
Hey, it's a picture of Regina.
Well, she is a shining beauty.
No objections here. This bed is incredibly well made. It's almost like a maid made it up. Even the laundry on top of the bed is folded perfectly.
Nick, there's nothing unusual about that at all. That's how things are supposed to be.
Can't a man respect another man for doing some things said men cannot do? Nice going, Phoenix. You scared the birds away. About the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how were you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice? Yes, unfortunately, acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real cause, he'd have no reason to keep it a secret. Acro, are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury?
Mo's not here.
What's that? I hear something.
Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Nick, it's money.
That monkey's holding something.
That's it. That's the means a lot to the thing that means a lot to Regina. Remember?
All right, time to take on this monkey, attorney style. And I think that's what we'll call it for the night. We'll pick up with this monkey business later. All right, back to... There we go. Who are we rating tonight? Video, Twitch. We could raid Game Pass Dad, Quavan, Reese's Pizza, Savage Music Man, Seeking Shy Little Alligator, Loopy. I say we raid Loopy. I like Loopy. Loopy's good people. He's playing Phasmophobia, it looks like. I think he's going to be on for a while. He usually is on late. Yeah, he's in the middle of a game, so we can get away with raiding him. All right. Loopy Walrus. Cool. So, sending you over to the Loopy Walrus, wonderful streamer, charity streaming all the time. He raises money for, I think his charity of choice is Extra Life. Real good guy, real sweetheart. So once we get over there, if you haven't already, give him a follow, please. He's incredibly supportive of everyone who is around him and deserves the support himself. So, next stream's gonna be Friday. Hopefully I'll be caught up on everything for video editing and clips and all that, so I'll have the day off. Next time is Phoenix Wright, and then I think we'll do Hades Saturday and then Phoenix Wright again. So maybe even a longer stream on the Sunday, just because the facility that I work at's not operating on the 4th. But until then, take care of yourselves, everyone. Have a good night, and be excellent to each other.